So first, can you just address the recent tariffs? A lot of farmers are saying that these tariffs are not benefiting them, and being in a state that's very agricultural, what's your reaction to that?
Well, I want to give the president some time to negotiate, and we've already seen that he's made some progress with the EU. So I want to give it a little bit of time, but I have been talking very closely to farmers as well, and many of them are taking a wait-and-see approach. They understand that the president needs a little bit of time to negotiate, and I want to make sure that they have that time. But first and foremost, I have to be concerned about our industries in our state, and I think our farmers need access to more markets, not fewer markets. I mean, but let's face it, when we think about what's happening in our country, President Trump is trying to make fairer trade for our country. He's a free trader. I consider myself a free trader, but he wants fairer trades. And so that's why I'm hoping that this first step with the EU is important, and we'll see what happens as he continues to negotiate with Mexico and Canada, and hopefully then we'll be able to take on probably the worst bad actor of all, and that is China. China's eating our lunch. We have a $375 billion trade deficit with them. They're causing our industries to turn over trade secrets, and it's wrong, and I think the president's trying to rectify that situation. But I will always have to listen to my constituents in Wisconsin first.
Being just recently endorsed by the NRA as well, and with all the recent gun violence in schools and rampages as well, what's your reaction to having this endorsement when a lot of people right now are not necessarily supporting the NRA?
First of all, I'm saddened by those shootings. It's a tragedy. When I think of schools, I also think of hospitals, I think of newsrooms. These are places where there are soft targets, and we're all at risk. I've thought about it many times working in a hospital, and I have been a strong supporter of the Second Amendment. It is our Second Amendment for a reason. Our founding fathers placed it so high because they believed it was very important that people have the ability to protect themselves. And I'm concerned that there's a call to try to regulate our guns and our Second Amendment because of this crisis, but a lot of the things that they're calling for wouldn't necessarily prevent what's happening. We have to always be mindful of the fact that as we add laws, the criminals are always going to get around those laws, and they're the ones that are going to end up having the weapons, and then the people who are following the laws, the good, faithful citizens, are not going to be able to protect themselves. So I will always look at things from that mindset of making sure that what we're doing is not impinging on our Second Amendment, because truthfully, I think the left wants nothing more than to take that right away, and we have to get to the root of the problem. And there are things that can be done, obviously. We've seen with Senator Cornyn's bill fixing some of the systems for sharing information. Think about some of the shootings that have occurred. There have been red flags that people have missed. Let's focus in on what actually caused these problems rather than immediately look at trying to take our Second Amendment rights away and taking our weapons away from people who want to protect themselves and their homes.
Do you read anything at all into the polls that came out yesterday, especially the NBC one that showed Democrats doing so well here in Wisconsin?
I didn't get a chance to look through the actual specifics of the poll, but I got to tell you, I feel very confident as I'm traveling around this state, and as you heard me say earlier, I've been to 72 counties and put a lot of miles on my car, and there's an awful lot of excitement for people who want to see tax cuts continue. Look what we've done here in Wisconsin, how we have made a difference. As well as what's happening at the federal level. So I think that Governor Walker is going to be doing incredibly well in November, and clearly I support him very strongly.
Do you take anything then from that for your own campaign, or is that
I feel very confident where we're at, and I've looked at a variety of polls, both that have been public. The Marquette poll shows me surging and having a 15-point swing in the last few months, and it really mirrors what we're seeing on the ground and the momentum that is building behind my campaign. I'm excited about it. The word is getting out. Having the endorsement of people like Congressman Duffy and Rachel Duffy is really important. They're very well liked up here, and people look to their leaders for information. But I've got the proven consistent track record here. I'm the person that what you see is what you get. And past behavior is a strong indicator of future behavior. I've stood for conservative principles here. I've helped make our state the economic miracle that it is today, and I want to be able to join our colleagues in Washington and help President Donald Trump continue this amazing recovery that our country is currently undergoing.
One more question, guys.
I'm good. All right, just one more then. So last night during the debate, I believe you mentioned something that said you were in line with everything Donald Trump has to say and what he stands for and what he believes in. But some of the Republican legislators here in Wisconsin as well, kind of going back to that tariff issue, are saying that they disagree a little bit, that they would like to not have those tariffs, that it is damaging here in Wisconsin as well. So having that mindset of being in sync with Donald Trump, but also hearing other Wisconsin Republican legislators, what's your reaction?
Well, I think you're referring to Senator Ron Johnson, who I respect and admire greatly. And as I said earlier, I want to give the negotiation process some time, but I will always continue to listen to the industries, to the agricultural community, the people that make our economy run here in Wisconsin. I just think we need to give it a little bit more time. Again, going back to what I said, fairer deals for our state and for our country and access to greater markets. So look, I don't want to bring President Donald Trump down. I think President Donald Trump is doing great things, and I get frustrated when especially people on the left and some in the media are continually trying to bring him down. He has made a difference. He is picking Supreme Court nominees that people want him to pick, people who stick to the Constitution. He has moved in the direction of deregulation, which has also spurred our economy. The tax cuts, building our military. I'm a military mom. I have a son who's active duty. I like the fact that President Donald Trump is standing up for our military, building up our military, and standing up to foreign dignitaries, and immigration reform. Everywhere I go in the state, people want the wall built. I stand with President Donald Trump. We can't talk about any other aspect of immigration reform until we're serious about building the wall, and I want to stand with him and help him do that. So thanks so much,
Awesome.
everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.